I just finished my slow motion, high intensity workout with Rick, the owner of Studio 2020 in Albany. It's really pretty fascinating. The principle of slow motion is that we exhaust the muscles. Rick had me do 5 machines, and I must say I really exhausted my muscles, even though I maybe only did 6, 7, 8, 9 reps on each machine. Yes. So the principle is you move very slowly, you exhaust the muscles. It seems that the other interesting thing is you need to repair the body. So as we mentioned, the exercise is merely a stimulus telling the body you need to develop strength, and then the repair comes in the rest period. And this is why these programs, you exercise perhaps once a week for maybe 20 minutes, and then you rest the rest of the time.
Yes, that's correct. You do that. And it's during that recovery period where all the adaptations take place. The stimulus is the exercise. Your body is going to adapt to that level of stress and even go beyond that by adding more muscle fiber. But that takes time to grow and to take place. So you don't want to interrupt that rest period with more intense exercise. Otherwise, you just never get the goal that you're trying to accomplish, which is building strength.
I see. And after having done that workout, I'm happy to think that I don't have to do it again for another week because it's pretty strenuous. You start out slow, it seems easy, but when you get to your into 8 or 9 of those reps, you just cannot do any more. And I can feel the whole impact on my body. Rick said an interesting thing about intensity is what does the work.
Intensity gets results.
Intensity gets results. So it's not just me lifting a weight casually a number of times. I do it very intensely. I take the muscle to fatigue. And like Rick said, in my first session, we really didn't go to fatigue. I feel fatigued, but the muscles weren't quite totally fatigued. Isn't this interesting? Because the same thing we saw in this sprint exercising, the sprint cycling, that short periods of intense exercise interspersed with rest can be very beneficial. And isn't that interesting in life? Like intensity gets the results. Be passionate, be involved in what you do.
Yes.
You see better results.
And very focused, that's it.
Very focused. So if you're all interested in this really fascinating time saving form of strength training, it might be called slow motion high intensity.
You might hear it called super slow. You might call it HIIT, high intensity training. And just look on the internet in your area and see if anybody does.
If anyone does it.
High intensity.
And Rick suggested people look up the book by Dr. McGough, McGuff, who actually wrote one of the major books on this high intensity slow motion training. So you might check out his book. He has a big website where you can see lots of examples of how this exercise is done. We're going to post a couple examples of me doing this on these machines. It's a thing that you definitely would be good to have a trainer to start out with because it's very difficult to know the settings and you need someone to help you see just what weights you should start with, how you take the muscles to fatigue.
And making sure you're using correct form.
And make sure you're using correct form.
By using correct form, you may do fewer repetitions, but the ones you do will be more effective than just trying to throw those weights out there.
And I would say, and if you're at home and you say, I can't find anyone who does it, who does slow motion exercise, just keep looking, but also you might have fun if you tend to lift some little weights, or even if you do squats, try to do them slowly and see, you'll notice that it takes much more exertion to do something slowly than it does to just go with momentum and come up and down quickly.
Correct.
Well, I want to thank you, Rick, for the time you spent with me. Rick has a beautiful facility in Albany. It's 2020 Studio Fitness.
Studio 2020 Fitness.
Studio 2020 Fitness. Studio 2020 Fitness in Albany. A great center for this slow motion, high intensity exercise. And it seems to be very effective for bone. I'm certainly going to be trying it, and I hope you take a try at it too in this new year that we all begin 2018 with the goal of staying stronger longer. Thanks again, Rick.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
My pleasure.